welcome back to another special edition, Morning of the Hockey Nation live show. This is your coach Frenchy, back on the boat, and we have to go nowhere. What are you talking about, Coach? Of course, usually we have to go all the way to the West Coast to find our co-host, Michael DeVillano. But Michael, he's don't work today. He's off. He took a day off. So he, honestly, be honest with you, he's traveling right now. He's on the plane. I believe he's going to Texas this weekend, and so he cannot be there today. But I'm going to be here to serve you, to talk about what? Of course, we're going to talk about hockey. And if you are new here, please put on the chat room and said, I'm new, Coach. Then I would say to you, if you are new, one thing you have to do for us, only one thing, that's it. Well, two things. First, you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's the best way to reach us and to know about what's going on around the league and everything for the NHL, Montreal Canadiens, the Detroit Red Wings, the Florida Panthers, everything about them. And then secondly, you listen, and I'm going to add one more. You are going to put some comment and talking with us and tell us about hockey, everything like that. We are not an expert. We are only people like you love hockey. And if you are new or have already been here before, remember, one thing we have all in common. Only one thing. We have greatness inside of you. So thanks again for joining us today. And it's a happy Friday, last day of the week, April 9 at 2021. Of course, we are getting closer of the trade deadline Monday. So it's going to be a lot of action. Already two big trades happening the last 48 hours. We're going to talk about this today. We're going to talk about a little bit about the Final Four, Frozen and NCAA Hockey College. Something happened yesterday. And tonight, I just want to remind you, I believe at 6 o'clock Eastern Time or 7 o'clock Eastern Time, we're going to know the winner of the O.B. Baker Awards Trophy and NCAA, the best player, MVP, and the college and hockey. So we know already Montreal Canadiens have someone called, yeah, you know him, Cole Caulfield. So he's going to be, he's on a nomination with Shane Pinto and the goaltender of the Minnesota State. So it'll be interesting who's going to win. Hopefully, Cole Caulfield. Talking about Cole Caulfield, because we like to talk about the Montreal Canadiens here on the Hockey Nation Live Show, because usually, you know, I'm a big fan of Montreal Canadiens. We do also Hockey Nation Live Show, a live stream every time Montreal Canadiens play. So that's another thing we have for you guys. So that's the reason why you should subscribe with us and to hear about everything that's going around the league. So, and finally, we want to say to you, like I said, it's a trade deadline. So today we're going to resume a little bit another format of what we do usually. We go all around the league and talk about each game. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to simplify everything today. We're going to go through the each game, but quickly. But I'm going to talk about stat. I'm a little bit a guru about stat and NHL. I follow everything go around the league. I'm really like 10, 12 hours. I make a lot of graphics and maybe too much, but at the end of the day, I enjoy it and I love it. And I just want to share with you. So going to talk about graphics. We'll talk about players, the milestone, a couple injury, the waiver list, the COVID situation, everything about the league. And also, if you are new or been here, like I said earlier, please talk about trade deadline. That's what a big conversation. This show, it's going to be better if you are in the booth with me and talking about the game. That's what we do. And again, we just got a like, so I appreciate who you are. Just mention, said hi to us. And usually, like I said, usually we have Michael DeVillano, but he is off today. So I'm going to run the show by myself. I think I can do it. Yes, Coach, you can. Of course, I will do it for you guys. And like I said, if this is really open up like a family, we try to open like a community and just enjoy each other. And finally, just want to remind you, we have also a Facebook page where under Hockey Nation Live Show, it's really where we put every update notification about what's going on in NHL And that's give you an idea what we do here. So let's start right away what's going on. And I want to talk back a little bit yesterday. All right, so let's talk about yesterday. And I want to talk about what happening at the beginning of the day. And we got a trade right there. It's a mistake about template. It's not a Blackhawks, but it's a New Jersey Devils trade with the New York Islanders. And it was a big trade over there. NHL is in the house. NHL, one of the best guy on the planet, to be honest with you. One of the biggest fans of the Hockey Nation live show. We love having him around the board all the time. He's one of the best. Follow us on live stream, and he come to us the night and the morning. And we just want to say hi, NHL. He's from Connecticut. Big fan of the Montreal Canadiens. Also, I ask you, everyone here, continues to not only follow me, but you can follow everybody else. And one thing I would say, NHL Hockey News Report have a great YouTube channel, and you can follow him. He bring a lot of the contents about NHL, Montreal Canadiens, everything like that. He have his own style, and I like what he does. So, like I said, we are here to sharing each other about what we do, and that's the reason why we do this Hockey Nation live show. But let's talk about a little bit the trade happening yesterday morning or the day before. The New York Islanders trade with the New Jersey Devils. They send New York Islanders A.J. Greer and Mason Jobs, and also a first-round pick 2021, and also a conditional 4th-round pick 2022. And in return, first of all, the New Jersey Devils going to hold 50% of, better if I put my phrase there, and they will go to return 50% of the salary of the two players they sent to the New York Islanders, and they are Kyle Palmieri and Travis Zajac, two great hockey players, have a great career with the New Jersey Devils. They are UFA at the end of the season for Zajac. And I think for right now, you can see last night during the game between New Jersey and New York Islanders, what they bring on the table. It was their first game. So I can give you right now, tell you, the New York Islanders have a really big boost for until the end of the season, and maybe for the playoff. There will be a team we have to check and to look, because I think right now the Washington Capitals don't do well right now. I just want to give you a little bit more about the both players. Kyle Palmieri is a 5'11", is a winger, right, 185, born in Smithtown in New York. Was a part of the program, USA program. He was born in 1991. He was a 26 overall pick in 2009 by the Anaheim Ducks. He played this year 34 games. He have 8 goals, 9 assists, 17 points, plus -2 and a minute penalty 12. He played about 17 minutes, 47 per game. And during his career, he had already played 596 games right now because he played last night. He have also 183 goals, 172 assists for a total of 355 points. A minute penalty of 306 minutes. You have a +-0. That's pretty amazing. And then the TOI of 15 minutes, 52. He's an average, not an average, but a good player, can score about 20 to 30 goals per year. We like his intensity. He's a little bit a grinder, and I think he can bring a lot on the Islanders during the final. When the start of the playoff, I really believe he's going to step up more. He struggled at the beginning of the year, but the last 15 games, I think he stepped up more and more. And I can wait to see Kyle to perform with the New York Islanders. So the second one I want to talk about, of course, the second one of the players is Travis Zajac, born in Winnipeg, Manitoba in 1985. 20 overall pick from the New Jersey Devils in 2004. He's a center, 6'2", 185, also a right shooter. And this year, he played 33 games. He has 7 goals, 11 assists for 18 points, minus a +0, 6-minute penalty. He have an average of 15 minutes, 59, almost 16 minutes per game. During his career, already played 1,025 games, 202 goals, 348 assists for a total of 550 points, 344 minutes of penalty, and -19, an average of 18 minutes 42. We know who he is. I see Travis not only on the ice, but what he can bring on and the locker room. Experienced veterans can helping the older player around. They've been there before Islanders, but I think that's what he can do. Travis, to be honest with you, you can see me on the double side because I'm using that part. Good morning, anyway, NHL. Hopefully, you have a great morning so far, and you enjoy your morning, a Friday morning. It's a beautiful day here in South Florida, Miami, and we are excited about that. Now, talking about that trade, we have also another trade here I want to share with you because it's happening yesterday, and this trade is about the Chicago Blackhawks and the Florida Panthers. Now, this I will predict right now, and it's coming very soon. And we're going to talk about this a little bit later. All right? It's like I said during my video yesterday, I used my brain. I'm thinking. Yes, the Florida Panthers, this is only the first trade of maybe to another one and maybe a third one before the end of the deadline. This open up that trade right now to open up their salary cap. That's what this purpose is, the purpose of that one over there. They got some depth on the bottom six. They already know what they got. Lucas Wallmark and Lucas Carlson. Wallmark have play here a couple of months last season where he got traded with again Vincent Trocheck from the Carolina Hurricanes. And I think that's the reason for me what they did. Florida is gave their space because they sent to Chicago Brett Connolly, Riley Stillman, and also a 7th-round pick, and Henrik Buckstrom. We don't expect him to come back for Chicago. He got hurt also over there in Europe where he played. But I think at the end of the day, I think the reason they did that is to open up their space, like their cap space, like I said. And I think that will change a little bit to open up for a second trade. Honestly, with the result of what they got this week, 2 losses against Hurricanes and the Carolina Hurricanes, the chance to play against them during the playoff was really big. I think it will be more them versus Tampa Bay. And Hurricane, they are a strong team. They are also looking for, they are buyer right now. They're looking for trade. So we'll be interested what the manager Bill Sido is going to do. And I'm going to talk about this situation that at the end of this video because I believe I know what they're going to do. Coach, how really you know already this? Because I know. That's what. That's because I do this show. Just kidding. Because I'm always wrong sometimes. I want to talk about a signature happening yesterday in the NHL. The Vancouver Canucks, whatsoever, they have a lot of problem with COVID. We wish the best for each player, for each staff members to recovery, speed recovery. Hopefully you see them before the end of the season. I believe they'll be off for the next 10 days, to be honest with you. Vancouver, Tanner Pearson have a deal with for 3 years at over $9 million contract at 3.25 AAV $1 million per season. You have include some signings bonus at the 3rd year, and also you have a full NTC. What is the NTC, coach? It's a no trade clause, so they cannot be trade, and also movement at the 2nd year with 7 teams, and no trade protection whatsoever in the year number 3. So that's to explain a little bit what is all about the contract. So I want to mention to you what happening with who is Tanner Pearson. First of all, he was born in Kitchener, Ontario, in Canada in 1992. He's a 6'1" winger, 200 pounds. He's a left shooter. He was a 30 overall pick by the Los Angeles Kings in 2012. This year, he played 33 games. He don't have a great year, to be honest with you, this season. But I think it's a great additional to get him for the next 3 years for the Canucks. He has 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points, -7 minute penalty, 24. You have a 16-minute 33 at TOI. What is TOI, coach? Time on the ice, guys. And finally, during his career, he already played 490 games. He's 10 game of the milestone 500. Congrats to Tanner. You have 114 goals, 112 assists, 226 points. You have a +17, 156 minute penalty, and 1506 TOI. So that gives you a little bit more about what Tanner is, and I think for the Vancouver Canucks, I think it's a good deal overall. I think that would give them a top 6 or at least a top 9. We know Canucks didn't have a great year this year for many reasons. We cannot blame, specific players and, the staff or whatever it is. They have a better run in February and March. But unfortunately, the COVID situation, did not help them, and now they are off. I don't expect them for at least a minimum of 2 weeks. I would not be surprised they don't finish the year. That's my prediction. I could be wrong again, coach. I know. Let's talking about the COVID-19. Only one player, and this is not only an update from yesterday, but happening also prior to the game against Montreal Canadiens. It was Tuesday night. It was Wednesday night. I apologize. William Nylander is still on the protocol list of the COVID-19. No other player from the Maple Leaf got the COVID. So he's but now he's maybe on the daily, or he maybe wait one more day, and he's really got positive. He would have to at least wait 7 to 14 days, and to be sure nothing happens. So we wish the best also for William Nylander. Like we like to do every day, that's what we do. We get all the news around the league, and right now we want to talk about the waiver list happening yesterday. Only one player was on waiver list from Arizona Coyotes, Drake Gaggiola. You remember him play for the Blackhawks Chicago. Prior we got traded to the Arizona during the offseason. And the 3 other players from Los Angeles, New Jersey, Washington, Panic, Merkley, and Fruck, they are all clear. Nobody claims them, so they are ready to go and go from there. So what we like to do, this is the second thing we want to move on during this program. We're going to go through the couple of games by score and not quickly give you all the results happening yesterday. So if you are here, we want you to wish you an amazing, great Friday. Hopefully everything's great. Don't forget to leave some comments. Again, we welcome our best friend, NHL Hockey News, aboard for sure for another good day here. Let's move on to the next thing. What I said, usually we put some music, but too late. We don't have no music, and I'm going to put myself in the screen. I'm going to put myself a little bit smaller. Here we go. Can put higher here. See, that's the beauty to do live stream. You make mistake, you start over, you chant. It's not big deal. It's a part of what we are, right? So you have a big night yesterday, 10 games on the program. Of course, the game was postponed between Calgary and Vancouver last night. So let's move on a little bit, and I'm going to give you, after this program, after this resume of the game, I'm going to give you a couple of stats, what happening, who have a milestone, everything like that. You'll be impressed about that. First of all, the New Jersey Devils beat the Buffalo Sabres and snapped Buffalo Sabres a 5-game with 1 point, 6-3. Honestly, it was 3-3 at some point, and the New Jersey Devils scored 3 goals back to back, and finally they win by a score of 6-3. It's great to see Buffalo that way. You're going to say, they dominate by New Jersey. I would say to you, not really. The score don't show, the outcome of the game don't show exactly what's happening. New Jersey jumped with a big score right away, 2 goals, 2-0. Buffalo come back 2-1, 2-2. New Jersey come back 3-2, 3-3, and finally they scored 3 goals. So the second game, I want to talk about the Flyers, the Philadelphia Flyers versus the New York Islanders. I had a difficult time this morning between New Jersey and New York Islanders. Winning 3-2 and shoot out the Islanders versus Philadelphia. Good game overall from Islanders. The goaltender Zuko can have another W. He was the one. This is the same score tonight versus a couple of days ago. Almost 1 week. Last Saturday, Islanders beat Philadelphia 3-2 and overtime. It was the same goaltender, Carter Hart for Philadelphia. He took a great goal and at the end for the shootout after 4 attempts for both teams to win. They gave that W for the New York Islanders. So great game overall. And let's move on to the next game. This was almost like one way. Pittsburgh beat New York Rangers. I did not watch, honestly, the game. 5-2 for the New York, for the Pittsburgh. At some point, it was 2-0, 2-1. I'm not sure. I think it was 2-2, and then Pittsburgh came back with 3 goals. Exactly what happened with Devils tonight. And they won by a score of 5-2. And they keep staying in the 3rd position and the East Division, a couple of points behind Washington. And talking about Washington, yesterday they lost again the Boston Bruins by a score of 4-2. Great performance. The Brett Marchand scored another shorty. He's amazing players, I'll be honest with you. And Jordan Dud, I think now he has 49 points since he played in NHL and only in Jordan Dud. Again, they gave the Boston to distance a little bit from for the Philadelphia Flyers and stay in the race with the Pittsburgh for the 3rd spot, and they are right now 4th in the East Division, losing yesterday Washington, but now Islanders pick it up again, a couple of points versus them. So it's the battle between them, both of them. Islanders, the capital for the 1st place in the East Division, and another game. And this is one where with Hockey Nation Live Show, we do a lot of stuff for the Florida Panthers. And they lost again the 2nd game. After they won 6 games straight, they lost back-to-back against Carolina this week. And that's affect their standing in the Central Division. They was 1st at the beginning of that series. And now they lost 2 games against them. And that pushed them back at 3rd because Tampa Bay stepped up between both of them. Carolina is 1st. And another great game for Carolina, 3-0. And then also Vincent Trocek. Another goal against them, an assist, 2 points. His 6th goal since the beginning of the series against Florida Panthers. His old team, he played for them for many years. He's unbelievable against them. So great performance again for Vincent Trocek last night. Tampa Bay versus Columbus. This game was really not the final score. Don't show exactly what happening. 6-4. It was 5-4-0. Almost at the end of the period, then it was 4-1 at the end of the 1st period, 5-1, and then 5-2, and then come back, 6-3, 6-4. One thing I would say to you, the Columbus did not give up, but honestly, after a couple of bad games for Tampa Bay, I think they finally find a way to score 6 goals, and we have to mention 4 assists for Yannick Gourde during that game. Then the other game we talk about is the Winnipeg Jets, of course, against Montreal Canadiens. This was live streamed by the Hockey Nation Live Show. And don't forget, we bring preview game, post game. You can join us. You can look about all the video we have on the YouTube channel. You're going to get all the information about the Montreal Canadiens. And they lost again without Gettinger, a carry prize between the pipe. That was their 2nd game back-to-back. And they lost again the Winnipeg Jets by a score of 4-2. And now they have a straight of 3 loss and 2 loss, honestly, and the last 3 games. And hopefully they find a way to win again Winnipeg. Now, I'll be honest with you, the 4-2 is an empty net at the end of the game. But that's not show exactly what Montreal. Montreal, after a back-to-back game, Jake Allen was not very great on the goal number 2, number 3. But Montreal have 38 shots. Connor Hellebuck, it was unbelievable in front of the net for them. He stopped 36 of the 38 shots he faced last night. We have Morrissey score for them, Lewis score, Nikolai Eller score for the Winnipeg Jets, and for the Montreal Canadiens, Bal Biron and Philippe Danault scored their 4th of the year for both of them, but not good enough for Montreal to win. They have a lot of chance, but Hellebuck, it was unbelievable, like I said. So that gave the Jets to win. A lot of mistakes from the Winnipeg Jets. That was not the best game. And unfortunately, like they did happening at the 1st game of the season against the Jets, they lost, I believe, 2-1 Montreal. They lost again them. So we'll see how they're going to rebound. They're going to be back Saturday night, 7 o'clock. Of course, going to be on the Hockey Nation Live Show, live stream with your coach, Frenchy. The next game I want to talk, we have 3 more games to go. The Edmonton Oilers beat the Ottawa Senators for the 9th time of the season by a score of 3-1. Another great performance from Edmonton. The score was 1-1 until maybe at the beginning of the third period, if I can record it very well. And Edmonton, again, they have, they did not lose all year against Ottawa. I'm going to talk about their stat in the next couple of minutes, but another performance for the Edmonton Oilers. And, of course, the goaltender, Mike Smith. And the only goal from Ottawa was coming from Connor Brown. I'm going to talk about him in the next couple of minutes. And finally, 2 more games in the Central Division. And that shows a little bit what's happening. And 2 teams step up and 1 team go down. What are you talking about, Coach? I'm talking about the Dallas Stars lost again, the win against the Chicago Blackhawks by a score of 5-1. Another great performance. The HINTZ last night with 1 goal, 3 assists. Chicago's going down right now. And during the time, Dallas chasing them, it get closer. Nashville right now separate themselves with Chicago because they win again. So Dallas, one way they got close to Chicago, but another way they cannot take any advantage because Nashville won yesterday. So that's one reason the Dallas against Chicago 5-1. And then Detroit lost a big game 7-1 against Nashville. Now he said, hey, Coach, 7-1. Detroit did not show up. I think Nashville scored 3 or 4 goals in the third period to separate themselves. And then we have to talk about another hat-trick of the week. So yesterday was Victor ARVIDSSON scored a hat-trick for the Nashville. And they are right now 11 and 13 game, 11 win. In the last 13 games, they are all on fire. They are the best team prior to Colorado last couple of days ago. They are very successful, to be honest with you, the last 3 weeks for them. And that's the reason they are right now 4th in the Central Division. So I conclude everything about the league yesterday. Like I said, that's another format we try to do and not to go all the way with stat, everything like that. So hopefully you enjoy it so far and you are still with me. I just want to say hi to you. If you are not here, maybe see the recording. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and it will be great to having you. And don't also like video and get notification about what we do every day. And that's the best thing we can do. You're going to hear more about our YouTube channel and Facebook page under Hockey Nation Live Show. And now, if you see me right now live, we have a daily show every day, 11 o'clock with my co-host, Michael Devano. Where's Michael? He's off today, guys. He's going to be back Monday. And, of course, we have a big Monday. We're going to have a couple-hour trade deadline, see what's happening around the league. We're going to talk about this in a bit minute. But I want to show you another segment we do all the time. And let's check about this right away. It's happening yesterday. And let me drink a little bit. Excuse me about that. I'm right here. I'm not going nowhere. You can find me here. Here we go. 350 assists for Connor McDavid, tied with Bobby Orr for the first game. You can see Gretzky 262, Mario Lemieux 321, Peter Stastny, Quebec Nordic 357, Bobby Orr and Connor McDavid, they have 391. Congratulations about Connor McDavid. He's going right now. He's, exactly what Wayne Gretzky. It's just unique. Both players play on the same team. Like they was draft everything by the same team. So it's pretty amazing when you see Connor McDavid right now rewriting the NHL, record books. To be honest with you, he's amazing. He's just unbelievable. So let's move on to the next thing. It's all the stuff I'm talking about here. Of course, it's the everything for the NHL record or milestone and happening yesterday. Here the Edmonton Oilers won yesterday by a score of 3-1, and Edmonton are 9-0-0 versus Ottawa, and in 2021 became the second team in NHL history to sweep a season series of at least a 9-game against an opponent, following Montreal 76 years ago. In 1944-45, the Montreal Canadiens have 10-0-0. That's another stat. Like I said, I'm a little bit, people call me freaky stat guy because I love 2 things in hockey. I love stats. I love learn about the history NHL, and also I love coaching hockey. I love system. I love drill. I just love the details. Of course, I'm a big fan of the Montreal Canadiens, to be honest with you. And, you know, but at the end of the day, I love the details of what we bring on the everything and around the league. Talking yesterday about this, let's move on that way. Would it be better? Can we do that? We can. Who's this guy? Da-da-da. Nobody saw who is this? Any comments to tell me who is this guy? Yes, it is. Victor ARVIDSSON. Victor have a hat trick yesterday during the game. Again, the Detroit Red Wings scored 3 goals. A hat trick for him. One thing is good for him, and also because he have a really not great year so far. But he get better and better the last couple of games. And I think that helping a lot the Nashville Predator. I'll be honest with you, this team is on fire, to be honest. They are unbelievable. Talking another team, and they're talking about players here, the Dallas Star. You can see right now, I think it's Robin HINTZ. I could be wrong about his first pronunciation. Anyway, I know it's HINTZ at the end, HINTZ. Jeez, is it Robin? I sound like so. Anyway, he have a 1 goal, 3 assists for a total of 4 points yesterday during the win of the Dallas against Chicago. He is the 3rd player to accomplish this year for the Dallas Star. Joe Pavelski and also Jacob Robinson did it for Nashville during the season so far. Let's move on to the next one. What are you talking about? The goaltender for the rookie goaltender for the Carolina Hurricanes got a 3rd shutout yesterday against the Florida Panthers. This separate themselves to the Florida by winning 2 games this week. Great performance again for the Carolina overall. AO score. And then also Vincent Tracek score also for them. Let's move on to the next one. I'm sorry, is it one same? One talk about Lou Lamoriello, 72 years old, still in NHL. Lou, you know, have an amazing, great career as a general manager in NHL with the New Jersey Devils, winner a couple of Stanley Cup with Martin Brodeur, and also won a couple of years with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Then signed a new contract a couple of years ago with the New York Islanders, and he became the 2nd best manager with most the win behind David Boyle for the Nashville Predator. He has right now 1,320 W. So congratulations to Lou Lamoriello. The next one I want to talk about is Adam Fox. Really impressive what Adam Fox does for the New York Rangers. You know, it's a team we'd never expect a lot. It's a team, Michael David will tell me all the time, they don't have a lot of great defensemen. And you know what? I agree with him. Their defense is not great, but I think they find a way to win. And, a couple of games this year. And I think their future is really bright right now with Kako and Capo, and then also Lafreniere, Adam Fox is another one right there. And you can name a couple of more players, but we need to congrats again Adam Fox. He have another point yesterday, the longest point straight by the defenseman franchise. He now is number 5th, and this is square with Brad Park, and then he's only 2 behind 3 other player. Brian Leach did 3 times Brian Leach with 14-17. Rioselenin. So it'll be interesting to see if Adam Fox can get the number 13 during the next game for the New York Rangers. Let's move on to the next one. We have a lot to be honest with you this morning. The most win through first 20 home game. Another W yesterday, New York Canada. Look their record right now. They are 17. I have to take a note today. 1-2 at home. The best in NHL. They are. You can see the best is 19 twice by the Boston Bruins, 18 5 times by Anaheim Ducks, San Jose Sharks, Washington Capitals, the Philadelphia Flyers, and the Montreal Canadiens in 53-54. Great performance again from New York Islanders. They are going to be dangerous right now when they add Palmieri and Travis Zajac. We talked about this one already. I apologize for the repeat. Why coach Connor Brown? I will tell you why. In a few seconds, when I'm going to set up this properly, and I'm coming to see myself, let's change in this. Let's try this something new. Can I do square? Is better. I think it's better. What do you think about that? Anyway, Connor Brown, the score is 6 straight game with 1 goal. So it's pretty amazing. Earlier this year, ARVIDSSON for them did it. And they are like 5 players did it in a franchise of the Ottawa Senators. So he's going to go for the 7 next game. But again, Connor Brown right now have an amazing, great year. We know he was drafted by the Toronto Maple Leafs. And that gave them, Connor, like I said, a good year after he started a little bit slow with them. And he is really a one player, really important in their lineup for the Ottawa Senators. Yannick Gourde, why Yannick Gourde? But another great game yesterday. He has like 4 assists yesterday on the win of the Tampa Bay Lightning by a score of 6-4 against Columbus Blue Jackets. So a great performance by Yannick Gourde. He's the catalyzer, like a little bit what, and I'll be careful here. A little bit what Brad Marchand does for the Boston Bruins and what Brendan Gallagher does for the Montreal Canadiens. Low, not big, but great player, grinder, not scared to go in the corner. Really resilient players, fight all the time, not fight like fighting, drop the glove, but fighting again to win the battle. He's really a good player for what he brings for the Tampa Bay. And that's great because you cannot have all the time a player like Stamkos, Kucherov, or Brandon Point. I think he brings a lot on that team, and he deserves everything he does for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And I'm sure they're never going to trade him at some point. I want to talk about someone where have so much a difficult year this year, and I'm so glad he did that. One reason Buffalo does doing well right now, the last 6 games, is because of this guy. He have a really difficult year. Oh my God, the worst minus in NHL this year, but he reached finally 100 NHL point, and he did this, my friend. Let me check my note. And 100, 180 game. So pretty amazing what he did, Ramus Dahlin, for the Buffalo Sabres, and congrats for him. And we'll see. We wish him another 100, but like the Buffalo, we have a really difficult year. Let's move on to the next one. The most consecutive 20-goal season in NHL history, happening again yesterday for his score, his 20 of the year. Alex Ovechkin, his 16th straight season with 20 goals. He just joined, he's just behind. Yeah, first of all, he's square with Phil Esposito. But look, all the big name here. Really impressive. Gordie Orr, 22 season with 20 goals. Brendan Shanahan, 19, the president of the Toronto Maple Leafs, with 20 goals. Marcel Dion, the 3rd best scorer point in NHL. Brett Hall, over 700 goals in NHL, or maybe 690 something. And Jaromir Jagr, 17, and Matt Sundin. Just a big name over there. To see Ovechkin be a part of that list is pretty amazing, to be honest with you. And let's move on with something like that. Most consecutive game with at least 1 goal. Visit Florida, a single season, and it's happening yesterday. Vincent Trocheck jumped at 6 right now. Joined Ilya Kovalchuk, did the same with the Atlanta Thrasher, again the Florida Panthers, and Stamkos at 5, and Kovalchuk did twice, again the Florida Panthers with 5. But now yesterday, Coach Trocheck scored 1 goal, 1 assist, 6 goals. He's unbelievable. Again, the Florida Panthers, he's on fire. And the story about Vincent Trocheck was straight from the Florida Panthers to the Carolina Hurricane. In return, they got Eric Ola and Lucas Wallmark last season. Both of them left the team at the end of the season with Dadonov and Hoffman. And then Wallmark came back to Florida yesterday. during the trade with the Chicago Blackhawks. Talking about Carolina Hurricanes, I want to talk about 300 career point by Sebastian Aho. He did this in 349 game for this franchise. He's the fourth one with a more, less game. Ron Francis did it at 267. Kevin Denning, Sylvain Turgeon. Glad to see this, hear this name, Sylvain Turgeon. And finally, Eric Stahl, now play for the Montreal Canadiens, did in 356 game. We have 2 to go. Come on, coach, hurry up, hurry up. And Nashville Predator, with that W yesterday, 7-1 against the Detroit Red Wings, got their 11th win in the last 13 games. 11 win in the last 13 games. That's the reason they are now number 4 in NHL. Great performance again. Them. Zarov's goaltender is unbelievable. And, everybody doing very well for them. So let's move on to the last one. Yes, I'm done. Now I'm going to talk about something else. Oh, I'm already done because right now I want to talk about something else. Deadline. Oh. You can see right now a couple of deadline. When is the deadline, coach? Of course it is. All right? It's Monday, April 12th. Before we go that, all right, let's jump in on the standing on NHL. And then after that, I'm going to talk about the Frozen 4. And then finally, we come back about a quick deadline. And then we're going to close the show. So hopefully, so far, you enjoy it. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Join our Facebook page under Hockey Nation Live Show. And then just want to remind you, we have a daily show Monday to Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern time, like we're doing right now to you guys. We bring everything about. And we like to having you join us and talking about what? Talking about hockey. So let's move on, like I said, to the NHL. Let me sharing my screen right here. Hopefully you can see it. Here we go. Can I put this a bit bigger? Is it better for you guys? Let's move on. Let's see what I can do for that one over there. I think it will be better for you guys to get. One more. We're learning. Don't worry. Here we go. I think it's better for everybody right now. And coach coming. Hold on. I'm not going nowhere. I will try if I can do that. Here we go. You can see me in the corner. All right. So let's talk about first the Central Division. Carolina right now is first with 57 points, 1 point in front of Tampa Bay with one game in hands. They are 7-2-1 the last 10 games. They won the last 3 games. The Tampa Bay 56 points, like Florida, but 1 game to play more versus Florida. And they are 5-5-0. They struggle like with Florida. Both of them 5-5-0. Florida is 6-4-0. Lost the last 2 games against Carolina. They still have 11 points from Nashville. I don't see any change right there. And then Nashville won the last 3 games. They are unbelievable. 9-1-0, my friend. Unbelievable what Nashville is doing. They are 4 points from Chicago right now. They separate themselves with them for the last couple of weeks. Dallas are 7 points behind Nashville. Listen, they have 3 games to go to play again. So they get 6 points. They are 1 point behind Nashville. It will be interesting if Dallas can come back over there. And they are only 3 points behind Chicago with 3 games also. So I think Dallas at some point going to jump. Another team's going not very good is the Columbus Blue Jackets. 2-7-1 the last 10 games. They struggle a lot. And they're going to finish 7, to be honest with you. And Detroit are 3-5-2. But I'll be honest with you, Detroit have a good run the last couple of weeks. And the North Division, it's all about Toronto. 8-1-1 last 10 games. Win the last 5 games. They have 5 points in front Edmonton. Whatsoever, Edmonton had a pretty good run the last 10 games. 7-1-2. And Winnipeg also have 6-3-1. Win the last 2 games. They are 6 points behind Toronto. I predict this. Toronto first, Edmonton second, Winnipeg third, Montreal fourth. And I don't see any chance to the rest of the season. And I believe, you can see Calgary have a really bad stretch right now, 2-8-0 in that North Division. I don't see them to go nowhere and to be at you try to catch up Montreal. It's too late for them. And the West Division, one of the big, Colorado have a great straight 10 game, 7-1-2. One team struggled the last 10 game is Vegas. They are only 2 points in front of Minnesota, when Minnesota have an amazing, great year, 6-3-1, and Vegas 4-5-1 the last 10 game. Arizona have a very great stretch, 7-3-0. Finally, St. Louis snapped their 7 loss by winning the last game. They are 3-6-1, 3 points behind Arizona with 1 game, so they can come back for sure. San Jose 38 points, 5 points behind Arizona with 2 games, and they are in the chase right now. I don't see the Los Angeles Kings there. They are 3-7-0 the last 10 games. So really a division right there, not for the first or second position, more for about the third, the 4th to 6th or 7. Would be interesting who's going to win that 4. I predict San Jose. I could be wrong, like I do usually. And this East Division, listen, this East Division, Islanders jump back right now with their first play, winning the last 4 games. They are 7-3-0. Talk about Vegas don't do it well. Washington is not very well. Also, 5-5-0 last 10 games. Lost the last 2 games. Pittsburgh only 2 points behind Washington. Amazing what Pittsburgh doing this year. 7-2-1. Boston keep behind them also with 4 points behind with 3 game hands. 6-2. This is going to be very interesting. The top 4. Now, I don't think so. Philadelphia and Rangers can catch up them. You're going to see right now the first 4 players team right now, that's going to finish the season. That's the standing over there. The only thing you don't know is what position they're going to finish. But that's the odds for me. That's the done deal on that one over there on that one. So that's conclude, honestly, the standing in NHL. And that give you an idea what's going on. And like I said earlier, I want to share with you this one over there. Who moved before the deadline? We're going to do a special edition about this, another video recording for you guys. But I want to show to you whose is a trade bait and what Montreal, Florida, and Detroit can do. So why them talk, coach? Because that's what we follow the most on the Hockey Nation Live Show. We try, we have 31 team. We try to bring you all these different things to you guys. At the end of the day, we want to sharing with you that this channel is really focusing on 3 different teams, and that's what's happening. So let's move on about, let me move into the, on that one over there. I'm not hiding anything here. It's, I use its friend channel, everything like that, website to give you more information about the league, everything like that. So let's move on here. And I can see that. If I can do that, it would be great. And I will go back here because Coach Frenchy is not there. Where are you, Coach? I'm right here, boys. That's where I am. All right? I'm pretty sure you can see a little bit better right now. Here we go. So who is right now on the trade bait right now? It is this. David Savard, Columbus Blue Jacket. I believe he's going to be with Florida Panthers. Taylor Hall. Oof. I'm going to give you 2 teams. Boston and Edmonton. All right, Coach. Mike Hoffman. Boston, Nashville. Wow, Coach. Nick Foligno. Nick Foligno. Florida Panthers. Carolina Hurricanes with David Savard. Jonathan Bernier. Colorado. Edmonton. Luke Glendening. Oh, this one. I'll be honest with you. 2 weeks ago, I knew where you can go, but right now, maybe Edmonton. But I'm not guaranteed about that one. Michael Granlund, don't go nowhere. Toronto top prospect, nowhere. Scout Lawton, I don't see him to go somewhere. Josh Manson, I'll be honest with you, I don't see him to get traded. But he's on the conversation with Bakel for a package deal. If he's moving, Carolina, Florida, Winnipeg. I will repeat again, Winnipeg. Matches Egg home, nowhere. Chicago cap space, they did yesterday, but I don't see this nowhere. Vincent Dunn, I don't see him to get traded. Brenton Montour, Florida Panthers, Winnipeg Jets. David Riddich, Colorado Avalanche. Toronto Maple Leaf. Could be wrong. Alex Kulikowski. Maybe Winnipeg. Carolina, but I don't see him over there. Nikita Zatorov. This has really surprised me. He's on the market to get traded. If this guy right now is on the trade, that's what Florida could get yesterday. Bring a lot of physicality in the game. Tyler Bozak. I don't see right now St. Louis as a sailor. Whatsoever the people saying about that, I don't see them as sailor. Could be wrong. But the problem with Bozak is $5 million, but again, he's UFA. But right now, I don't see him. Oliziak, another UFA, 28 years old. I don't see him to be traded. Stigel for Ottawa. He could be traded, but I don't see him moving back in USA. So who can get him and maybe Ottawa, Edmonton. But again, this not excite me. Raquel for the Anaheim is on targeting. He back on an injury. Boston. I'm going to surprise with you. Florida. And Pittsburgh. Chris Traeger. Buffalo. Columbus. Chris Tierney. Nowhere. David Tunick. Nowhere. Bobby Ryan. Not sure. And the last, I'm going to go a little bit quick. Sam Bennett, don't go nowhere. Kulikov and Murray, if they are right deal, maybe Florida. One or two can be also with Carolina or Pittsburgh. Brendan Sutter, Vertanen. The rest of this, I don't see anything else. That's really conclude the trade deadline. What I think what could happen and NHL, and we'll see. But I'm going to make another good video about the trade deadline, everything like that. And listen, this channel only can be great if you participate, if you join us, everything like that. Leave our comments. If you believe this live show at 11 o'clock is not a good time, if you think it should be at another time during the day or the night, share with us. Tell me what you think about, and we would love to hear from you guys. What is the best time to go a live show? This is a new channel. I have nothing to hide. We just try to grow, and it would take time. So that's conclude exactly what happening in this show. And I just want to remind you, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I just want to sharing with you a couple of things we do here. First of all, right here. We do a lot of continents for the Florida Panthers. The second thing we do, we bring to you the trade Thunder boot. What are you talking about, Coach? We have a trade Thunder boot where we talk about trade, like we just did this morning. We, of course, with a Montreal Canadian, we bring everything, live stream, and also a video about the team, preview, post game. That's something we do, honestly. And I want to give you another thing. We bring to you everything about NHL breaking news around video and Facebook page post. We talk also about, I want to share to you a little bit more. We do a power ranking NHL every Monday. We talk about our power ranking Hockey Nation show. I invite you to watching this. We also do a lot of time, the Club 5 out club team and players. Usually it's a Tuesday. And finally, we want to promote to you, just want to remind you, Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock Eastern Time, 10 o'clock Central Time, and 8 o'clock Pacific Time, the Hockey Nation Live Show. You can join us on Twitter, called Frenchy 10X, and then the Hockey Nation Live Show under Facebook and the Twitter and also the YouTube channel. And finally, that's what you need to subscribe to get everything about us. That's where you can reach us, everything like that. So we bring the best we can. I want to finish here before we go. Let me check if we have an update this morning about the waiver list. It's right now 12 o'clock, and that's what's happening usually at 12 o'clock, a waiver list protection in NHL. So we'll see what's happening. If we have something new, we'll check with Elliot. Kyle Turris has been placed on the waiver list by the Edmonton Oilers. It looked like that's the only one we have right now on the NHL information notification we get. So listen, this concludes the show for another great show of the Hockey Nation Live Show. We're going to be back Monday for the deadline, trade deadline, and maybe bring to you a couple of things during the weekend. And don't forget our live stream happening this Saturday night, 7 o'clock p.m., Montreal versus the Winnipeg Jets. So have an amazing, great Friday. And like we like to do at the end of each video, whatsoever who you are, remember, you have one thing we have all in common. We have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great Friday and weekend. Bonne fin de semaine, mes amis. À la prochaine. On se revoit lundi à 11h pour un autre programme of the Hockey Nation Live Show with votre entraîneur, Coach Frenchy. Have a great weekend, everybody.